Ladies and gents, how you doing? It's a great day today because everybody likes seeing smug, insufferable people finally get the comeuppance. Those of you that are fortunate enough to have absolutely no idea who Narinder Kaur is, I'll explain that momentarily. However, she's crying on X today and pointing out that the Met Police are in a house right now in response to these two tweets. Super efficient, thank you. Can anyone DM me the original accounts that started this? It's very important. Thanks. The first thing to point out is that it's not very important. People being a little bit rude to you on the internet, that's not even slightly important. On the list of things that the state should find important, that should be one rung beneath old Mrs. Biggins down the road, missing a dental appointment. At no point should the state be getting involved in you being a little bit upset because someone's been rude to you on the internet. However, as usual, I will give you the lead up to this event and tell you why, despite the fact you are living in a tyrannical nation which is now aggressively practicing a two-tier legal system that locks up the natives for tweeting but does nothing about genuinely hateful rhetoric from people born outside of the UK, I'm going to tell you why I'm convinced, even with things being as bad as they are, that nobody's going to prison for exercising their God-given right to strongly dislike talentless, self-serving shitbags who have spent years being rude on the internet. Right, so if you're fortunate enough to have absolutely no idea who this woman is, allow me to enlighten you. Narinder Kaur was a housemate in Big Brother 2, and she also starred in the Big Brother panto. Well, there you go. She should be a household name, clearly. She should have swept the board at the Oscars because she was in the Big Brother panto. It doesn't get any bigger than that, does it? Move over, Al Pacino. I was in the Big Brother panto. The simple fact is, the fact that she's even got a TV presence is purely down to the fact that the British media and establishment has been self-flagellating for years. Exhibit A of that is Lenny Henry. The only funny thing he's ever been in is Dawn French. If Lenny Henry was a ginger from Stoke-on-Trent, Lenny Henry would be working in Burger King. The man is talentless. Everybody knows it. Ricky Gervais made that one of his scenes in Extras, didn't he? Because nobody on planet Earth thinks Lenny Henry should be a professional comedian. He's about as funny as finding a hard, peculiar lump on your testicles in the shower. It's not something that elicits a grin, is it? Right, Lenny should be driving a bus. If there was any justice in the world, nobody would know his name. And this one, being on Big Brother, is one rung below that. That is scraping the bottom of a barrel full of piss. And then the reason she's been in the headlines the last few weeks is because to try and up her thoroughly deserved minuscule public profile because she's got no talent, she started doing what a lot of them do on social media. And when I say them, I mean people that look like her or Ash Sarkar or Krishnan Guru Murthy or Adil Ray or Miriam Margoyles or any of them. People that bask in the fact they know they can say hateful things about the working class majority in the UK and they've got a free pass because, well, we know why they've got a free pass. Because ask yourself a simple question. There's now hundreds and hundreds of people languishing in British prisons for thought crimes, for saying things, for being a little bit impolite on the internet. How many of those hundreds of people are, blondes or redheads? There's a simple question for you. Abu Hamza openly talked about butchering people for a decade, and it took us years to even involve the legal system when it come to people like that. A hook-handed, one-eyed, known terrorist has got more legal representation in the UK than a bricklayer from Wales. Think of that. Anyway, I'm rambling. This is why she's been all over the news lately. This is why social media is in a rage because of the ludicrous shit that she comes out with, okay? She's been hoisted by her own petard. Here's a story from the Times of India. Crikey, look at all the adverts. I'm amazed there isn't something about Bobs and Virgin on here. Anyway, let's have a look. It's Kate Middleton, a smoker. TV presenter Narinder Kaur apologises for ex-post after massive outrage because I am Indian. Following her appearance at a London Remembrance event, Kate Middleton's looks sparked controversy and revived unfounded conspiracy theories about her cancer diagnosis. TV personality Narinder Kaur faced severe backlash for questioning the Princess of Wales' appearance and suggesting, she's probably a smoker. She apologised for a comment, but said she received the threats because she's a brown woman. Yeah, whipping out the trusty race card again. Do you honestly think that mocking a beloved public figure who's just getting over a cancer diagnosis, a mother who's posed with a young children and she's got cancer, do you honestly think the only reason there was a backlash is because she's got a bit of a tan? Seriously, do you actually think that? Because if you do, well, no, nobody you can think is watching this video. If you think that, you can't operate a smartphone or a desktop computer, can you? You're a dribbling idiot. You've still got Velcro shoes, and you should be in the loony bin. It was a hateful thing to say. That's why she's been getting a lot of shit lately. Right, I mean, I am famously difficult to upset. I can be a bit of a prick, but even I wouldn't mock the appearance of a young mother who's getting over cancer. That's like only an inch above Harold Shipman type behaviour. Like, that is awful. Even the most insensitive prick you've ever met, my granddad, wouldn't say anything like that. And being a working class Northern War veteran, yeah, he thought a psychiatrist was some type of serial killer. He wasn't a sentimental man, and he wouldn't have dreamed of saying anything like that. So that's why people have been getting a little bit tetchy with Narinder. It's got absolutely nothing to do with the fact that she's just another spoiled, privileged product of the Western system who's had everything gifted to her entire life because the UK is a joke. And the people that run the show are so open-minded, the brains fell out. She then issued a non-apology, which sounded a little bit like this. I won't play you the whole thing, but just so you get the idea, just so you know that she is aware that she's awful, and that's why she's not very popular at the minute.
I put out a stupid tweet. That wasn't my intention. My intention was not to be malicious or nasty or anything. I'm not like that, anybody who knows me. It was stupid to ask about the ageing. I've admitted that, and I've put my hands up and I've apologised if it caused offence. The only people who were offended, though...
Well, we'll stop there because that's where she starts. So she does the 30 seconds apology because she knows she was in the wrong. She knows she was bang out of order. And then she spends 4 minutes saying, yeah, but really, I shouldn't have had to apologise because the only reason anybody got upset about me mocking the young mother with cancer is because I was on Big Brother, and because I'm a woman. And because my parents are from India. Not because I'm a hateful sack of rats and anybody who saw my tweet was outraged by it. So now you know who she is and why nobody likes her. Let's get to the epic conclusion, shall we? This morning, Narinder tweets out that the Met Police are in a house right now in response to 2 tweets. Very efficient. Thank you. Yeah, they're efficient for Narinder. Try telling them that there's a burglar downstairs currently coiling one out on your kitchen floor, and the Bobby will say, you're sorry mate, we'll be round in a fortnight. She says, can anyone DM me the original accounts that started this? It's very important, because she wants to get them locked up. And what do these 2 clearly comedy tweets say? What awful thing should they say where you've got the police sat in your living room? Well, I'll show you, and you'll be astounded that anyone was daft enough to ring the Bobbies in the first place. The first of them says, I wish everyone would stop screenshot stealing my deportation petition instead of retweeting. At least credit me for my genius. Oh well, I hope it goes viral anyhow. Yeah, it's a joke. Deport Narinder Kaur. I would like her deported. She doesn't belong in the UK. She is anti-British. 47 million signatures. Right, so that's Exhibit A. And Exhibit B, much funnier, stop Narinder from showing her hairy growler in public. I believe the public has the right to be shielded from this disgusting hairy monstrosity. 158 million signatures. Now, whether you think they're funny or not, a bit of gentle mockery is not and can never be illegal. Well, in a sane country, but I still don't think even in the UK you could get away with it because Al Murray and several other famous comedians, Rowan Atkinson, have talked about this stuff at length, making a post about not wanting to see Narinder's split kippers on telly. Basically, I mean, and that's because someone photographed it when she was getting out of a taxi or something, and obviously it looked like Peter Sutcliffe. Yeah, obviously, yeah, it was like an axe wound in a gorilla's back. So Narinder's unhappy about it, and people are laughing. But so what? Perfectly legal. So let's just sum up, shall we? A talentless Big Brother contestant who was gifted a TV career and an acting career as a result of it because she's lucky enough to be a minority group in a nation that self-flagellates itself before them, makes heroes out of the likes of Lenny Henry, but locks up pensioners for being a little bit rude on the internet. A woman like that is playing the victim and wasting police time in response to some comedy tweets. She should never have had a career in television. Nobody should know her name, and she most definitely should not be wasting police time over jokes. If there was any justice, or if she looked like me, she'd be getting prosecuted for wasting police time. I hope they send her a bill, and if they don't, well, the silver lining is that it's just more evidence that you do live in an apartheid state. There is a protected class, and it ain't you, Mr. 58 generations of British and Irish ancestry. No, it's not you, it's them. You can get locked up for telling jokes. They can waste the police time with impunity. They are the lords and ladies. You are the pot-bellied gutter snipes worthy of nothing but contempt and sneering hatred from the people you were daft enough to vote into office. Alright, that's it summed up. Let me know what you think in the comments, or if you're a big fan of Narinder and she's actually a talented actress, and Lenny Henry, by God, he's like George Carlin, or Bernard Manning, bless him, and I've got the wrong end of it. Let me know in the comments, but you've got to supply some evidence. Yeah, especially about Lenny Henry. But because, honestly, I've actually watched some of his stand-up on YouTube, just testing my own opinions, and it really was about as funny as watching your grandmother get violated by 50 Somalian pirates. So, no, I stand by that one. If you have evidence to the contrary, please let me know in the comments, and I'll see you all tomorrow. All right, take it easy. Toodle pip. Cheers.